I first saw behind the scenes of a FTSE 250 board 7 years ago. The company in question had a handful of clever and accomplished non-executive directors around its table. One was a world authority in the sector, one was a former ambassador to a major economy that this business was exposed to. So this was a group of carefully selected and relevant experts, well qualified for their seats around the table. And this is when I discovered that having the right people on the board is not enough. It was a fairly critical time for this business. Their market was on the cusp of some major change, but their board meeting was dominated by last month's financials. And the problem was not the people on the board. Executive and non-executive, they shared an appetite to engage in the strategy and the important issues. And they had the skills and the experience to do it well. But what they lacked was the right information. They lacked the quality of management report to enable a conversation about the things that really mattered. What they had instead were many 100-page briefing packs that were guilty on 2 counts. Firstly, they were too long to be read, and finding the key messages was like looking for a needle in a haystack. And secondly, they were overweight in backward-looking financial data and underweight in strategic information about the things that really mattered, much like the conversation that followed in the boardroom. The business I founded is the first organisation dedicated to board information, and we've seen the power of the right information to unlock the potential of the directors around the boardroom table. And this exhibition here at the Science Museum celebrates the wonders of our information age. But we've also seen the challenge that board reporting is for most organisations. We joined forces with the Judge Business School at Cambridge University, and our research found that the average length of a FTSE 100 board pack is a mighty 288 pages long, which would take well over 9 hours were you to attempt to read it. But despite their size, what we've also found from reviewing many hundreds of board packs over the years is a number of common information blind spots. But when you stop to think about it, it's not that surprising. Backward-looking financial information is often the most readily available, unlike other forms of information. And we've all heard the saying, "I'm sorry this letter is so long, I didn't have time to make it shorter." But non-executive directors are not superhuman. No matter how skilled and capable they may be, they are effectively blindfolded in the absence of the right information. At the end of last year, McLaren Formula One team signed a deal with their new driver, Sergio Perez, for a record £20 million deal. So clearly they rate him highly. But they aren't going to rely on his talents alone. As Perez travels around the world, he'll be followed by a 25-strong entourage dedicated to telemetry, analysing and collecting data about the car's performance and feeding it to him in real time as he drives around the track. The best directors in business also need relevant, high quality and timely information too. Without it, it would be like trying to drive a car through a thick spray ahead and with only the wing mirrors to navigate by. So how does a board develop effective information and without using up disproportionate management time? Well, the first step is not to start by fiddling with the current board pack. The right place to start is by defining the conversation you want to be having in the boardroom. Armed with a clear brief, you can then develop the right information to enable the right conversation. Shift the information and you'll shift the conversation, and a strong group of board directors with the right stimulus can accelerate an organisation forwards.